We good?
Yes.
We're good. Hey guys,
Hi.
hope you're well. Hope you've had a good weekend, good week. We weren't here last week, so I apologise for that. But obviously, we were travelling back from the Rogue Invitational, and since then we've had a few comps this weekend as well.
It's hard to believe it's been only a week because there's been so much jam-packed in the meantime. We had Halloween, which is very exciting, but this weekend has been a great
What
weekend.
did you dress up for Halloween?
I just took off my makeup. That was enough. Terrorized the neighborhood.
Yeah, the kids love Halloween. Anyway,
They do.
We are here to talk about Strongman. Hope you guys are well. What have we got?
We've got so much. There's a lot to unpack. So obviously last weekend, let's start there. We had, as well as the Rogue Invitational, it was the SBD Log Lift Championships.
Yeah, the one that Zadrunas organises.
Yes, Zadrunas runs that one, and that was won by Sean Gillen,
who seems to have had a good little run recently.
He's had a good fortnight, hasn't he? Because
has.
of course this weekend was the Irish qualifier for Britain's Strongest Man. So it was run as an official strongman competition. It was called, I think, Official Strongman Ireland Strongest Man. And Dave Warner, who's part of the Giants Live team, ran it over there. He lives in Ireland with his wife and family there, doesn't he? And yeah, I watched it. I watched the whole thing. Oh, Dave ran a smooth competition. It was done in 3 hours. It was great.
It's good.
Yeah.
Really good. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was training Saturday, so I didn't watch it, but I kept an eye on some of the results and followed America's Strongest Man as well and America's Strongest Woman. So there was lots going on. Anyway, let's see how everybody is. I hope you're all well.
We will go through results momentarily because I wrote notes, Loz.
You wrote notes?
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of the usual faces in. Hip Flipping here. Mama, Adam, Cousin Fred. Hey, Cousin Fred, hope you're doing well. Toby, hope you're well, buddy. Monica's in. Yeah, Monica obviously is going to be very busy this week leading up to the Magnus Classic, which is next weekend, I believe.
It's next weekend. It's Friday to Sunday.
Non-stop at the moment. It's happening every weekend.
Brilliant. And we did put up a video the other day between from you and Magnus chatting when we were in Glasgow, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can see a comment on that right here.
Ah, there you go.
Hedgehog 1965 UK. Loved Loz's interview with Magnus. It looks like the Magnus Classic will be it looks like it'll be the best Magnus Classic yet, especially with Handsome Pav competing. There's some very good athletes competing this year. I know, unfortunately, a few people have had to pull out, but it's a strong lineup.
It's a great lineup, yeah, and it's such a unique competition. You can look at the names and think, all right, on paper you'd expect it to be him, and him, but who knows in those elements of those events. Interesting
thing as well. Obviously, Sean was already down to compete in this. Parr, who placed second at Ireland's Strongest Man, is also competing, and both of them, they were very close to Ireland's Strongest Man. I think it was on countback, wasn't it? Or I'm sorry, on last event.
Yeah. So let's go back to that competition. So yeah, the podium in the end. Now in third place, I believe his name is pronounced Rory. It's just spelled a little differently, but he's very impressive. He's not quite an under 105, but he is a very light for a strongman, and he's very young also. This year he won the UK Strongest Man, the Ultimate Strongman one, under 23.
Okay, so their junior competition.
Yeah, so the UK Strongest Junior. He placed third here as well against some much bigger, more seasoned athletes. So
good stuff.
Look out for him. He also won Clash in the UK this year, so he's having a great year. Yeah. Parr and Sean, they ended up tied on points, and it all came down to the last event, which was the Stones.
We saw Sean in Australia earlier this year.
Yeah.
And obviously he's been living out that side of the world for a while. Very strong guy, very good log press. I think he did a 200-kilo log at the SBD log lift.
Yeah, he did.
So, really strong lad. Good to see him come over and compete. It was good as well that Parr competed. It's tough when you've been at that kind of high level to take almost what might feel like a step back, but Gav Bilton does it every year at Wales Strongest Man, and it's good to do those type of comps, and I think it's good for Parr doing the Magnus Classic as well next week. He's got a chance to sort of redeem that loss nice and quick, but those two seem to be the dominant force in Ireland right now.
Yeah, and Sean has officially qualified for Giants Live's Britain's Strongest Man early next year.
That's really good to see.
Look out for him there. Do you want to go back to comments, Lasso?
Sure.
There you go. Loz is in charge tonight.
I don't know. It's good to put me in charge, but just people saying hello and things at the moment. Hey, Autumn, hope you're doing well. Fred says, great interview with Magnus. Monica is answering people. She's so good at that in the comments.
Mhm.
Where are we?
I was the one with all the questions on Saturday on the live stream for the Irish one.
Yeah, you're in the
Always
comments.
the log. I'm just showing my support, lovely.
Yeah.
Helping the algorithms.
There's lots of questions in the comments about JF. Is JF injured? JF pulled out of the competition he was at recently with a couple of health issues. I'm not going to go into detail here on it because he wants to keep things to himself at the moment, but I'm sure he will post up soon. But unfortunately, he pulled out of that competition due to a few health issues.
But we wish him all the best. We absolutely
Always.
love JF.
Where are we?
Stressful, isn't it, being in charge of the comments?
Especially when you can't read like me. People whinging about the weather. It is miserable out there. I mean, hey, Mitch Hooper's in the house. The champ is here. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. He's busy all the time. He was at the Olympia this weekend.
I know, yeah.
The man does not stop. But I believe he's going to have a little bit of family time.
I think
this week coming, is it?
Yeah, I think they're on holiday now.
Yeah, Mitch.
I'm not sure.
Go have a few days off the gym, go chill with Ashley and enjoy yourself, buddy.
I think our last live was with Mitch, wasn't it? Post Glasgow.
Before
we travelled to RAW.
We went away. Yeah.
Mitch moved in for a few days.
Yeah. He's just part of the family.
And obviously the care and attention he received here helped
way
him win the RAW
way better than the care and attention I got.
You're not a guest.
But he did go and win. So
he went and won.
It's all good.
You're welcome.
3 out of 4 of the major comps this year. He's had a good year.
Exactly. There you go. It's a team effort.
It is indeed.
Lots of people excited to see Mitch in the comments. Loose on the loose. In our house.
Nicola is in.
Nicola's Nicola, are you going to OSG? Because last we were like, what hotel are you staying in, Liz? Let us know if you're coming to OSG.
Who is coming to OSG?
Yeah, because we're going to organise.
We're looking forward to coming to OSG. It's not far now. What are we? 4 weeks?
Oh,
Someone tell me. I should know really because
we
I'm supposed to.
early as well, Lozzie, because we're getting there early. We need to acclimatise. We didn't have any time at all, did we? In Texas, so we're traveling on the 27th, which is 3 weeks and 1 day.
Yeah.
My goodness, there's no time at all.
I've got to fit a bit more training in.
I know.
I had to have Monday off because I was so shattered from coming back.
Yeah, you were.
But all is good.
Come on, Lozzie, click something.
Sorry, I was honestly, I was about to belch and I didn't want to belch into the thing, so I was trying to diffuse the situation.
Would you like to compete in the Magnus Classic, Mitch?
Mitch, there's a question for you. All right, here's cousin Fred. Thank you very much, Fred.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Well, Thursday and Friday, I drove through Charleston and was wishing it was December. Can't wait for Loz to destroy everyone.
Thank you, cousin Fred. I don't think I'm going to be destroying everyone, but I will do my best. I promise you that.
Rano's ramped up his training this last week or so, hasn't he?
Oh, there's a lot of guys looking strong, but I will, as always, go and fight hard.
Yes. Mary, we're glad you're able to catch us live this week. We should talk about also America's Strongest Man. Then.
We will.
The final results there. It was won by Lucas Hatton. So Lucas, he's had a great year as well. He came second at JF Caron's North America's Strongest Man, second only to Trey Mitchell, we should point out.
He's not a bad person to be second to.
No, and he was also second at the Amateur Arnold's earlier this year, second to Oscar.
Yeah.
So
is he doing
he's doing
OSG as well?
Yeah, so very
that
exciting.
OSG, the open class OSG is going to be insane.
Yeah,
it's going to be always look forward to that because it just shows you some of the future stars of the sport.
Yeah,
it does.
And in second place was Marcus Crowder, who we've met before in 2021 OSG. I think he was top 5 there. And then Rob Kearney in third place, bless him. But Bobby Thompson, the reigning champion going in, unfortunately having to pull out.
Yeah, Bobby pulled out after the first event with an issue with his bicep. You've got to remember Bobby competed the week before. He was a bit battered from Rogue. Yeah. We decided it wasn't worth him pushing with he's been invited, he has some big competitions coming up next year. Obviously disappointing because he was the reigning champion, but you got to make these decisions as a pro strongman and feel where you're competing for money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you push on at a competition and end up with a bad injury, it can cost you long term. So he didn't want to pull out, but it was the smart thing to do. But not that it would have made a difference. The guys were awesome. Lucas, very deserving winner there.
Yeah. And then America's Strongest Woman also took place at the same time, same events. And it was won by Angelica. I don't know how
Jardine.
Jardine?
Yeah,
Jardine?
I think so.
Yes. We met her at the Arnold's this year. She came second.
Do you know Angelica is trained by Andrea Thompson?
Who is trained by you.
So part of the team.
So she is basically a member of the family. Yeah. And Olga came in second. She was the reigning champion from last year. And Corey Butler.
And Angelica is a very, very gifted athlete.
Yes, she is. And an incredibly sweet person.
She's lovely. So really nice to see her take the win. That's against the current world's strongest woman. She's taken the win there. That is impressive.
Yeah.
And Corey getting third as well. We love seeing Corey do well.
Yes, we do. There we go. Very busy weekend.
So people from all over the world saying hello.
Good morning from Australia. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're having better weather than us.
Did we see Larry Wheels competing at the Olympia? I've seen a couple of pictures, but I haven't watched any of his videos recently. But awesome to see Larry still pushing and doing big things.
What was he competing in?
The bodybuilding, not the what's it
amateur?
Called? No, it's like a smaller class.
Okay. Like bikini, but for men.
you said that.
I don't know the men's classes.
It's the classic class, I think. So more like the old school type of look that they're looking for.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Fred, for gifting memberships.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So we believe par is first reserve. I don't know. I read that on Reddit. Someone was like, they were told there, and then the winner would qualify. Second place would be first reserve. I mean, I blindly trust what people say until they give me a reason not to.
You shouldn't trust until you know.
I've
learned that. Don't say anything till you know for sure, because someone will take it and twist it.
Well, they're not allowed, because you all heard me. Happy bonfire night to you too, Sarah. Yes, it's bonfire night in the UK.
We had some fireworks, didn't we?
We did. We had some epic fireworks, to be fair. We went out, we bought 3 big fireworks. So rather than getting like loads of we just thought we'd get a couple that were basically a display all on their own. They were great, weren't they?
Had the neighbours out watching.
Oh, the neighbours were out. It was a jolly good time we had.
I'm looking wide-shouldered, apparently.
Oh, that's nice.
Liz is just looking narrow-shouldered. That's all.
I'm just looking smaller. That's all.
So the easiest way to look bigger is just get a small partner.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, Liz has lost. How much have you lost? Like 18 pounds?
I have lost 18 pounds. Yes.
Well done to Auntie Liz.
Thanks.
Went to the gym all by yourself this week as well.
That's not the first time, Lozzie. I went on Friday night though.
Yeah.
Which that's when you know it's serious.
Yeah.
Awful. I had a lot of problems with the leg curl machine.
Liz came back and she was just saying that she couldn't figure out this machine. I said, why didn't you ask someone?
I'm not asking anyone. I'm not talking to strangers. Oh, no, I get shy. Do you want me to do the comments?
Yeah,
Let's see.
sure.
This is painfully slow. There we go. Right. Oh. Oh, it's slow for me too. Are you going to be there for Christian Suggs log world record at the Highland Games? We're not going to be at any Highland Games this year, unfortunately, are we? Not. Excited for Britain's Strongest Man, a few new faces to look out for. Yeah, so let's go through who's officially qualified so far, because from England, we had Luke Richardson on the comeback. Paddy Haynes qualified from there. Who else was there? Kane, of course. Kane Francis. Gav qualified from the Welsh qualifier.
But you'd think Gav would have been in anyway, being top 3 last year.
You would think, yeah. So I don't know if he had to do that or not, to be honest. Conor Curran, he qualified by winning Scotland's Strongest Man this way. Yeah, and now we've got Sean Gillen as well. And then there's going to be invites too, isn't there? So
Bish is the current champion.
Yes. Yeah, so Bish will be invited.
I would guess Hicksy will get an invite. He's
a former champion as well.
Podium last year as well.
Yeah. But I think obviously Tom Stoltman is going to be invited. 2-time World Strongest Man, 2-time Britain's Strongest Man.
Tom and Luke will be invited.
Yeah, Luke, former Europe's Strongest Man. But other than that, we don't know.
No, it's going to be interesting. I think one thing for sure, we see some new names.
I think Shane will be in as well, because Shane podiumed at an international competition this year.
Shane was third or second
he was third at the World Open, in Cardiff.
Shane's competing at the Magnus Fair, and I would say he's got to be one of the favourites.
Yeah, absolutely. Shane's having a great year. Angus with a member's comment. Do you think that means Parr misses out on Britons? We just don't know at this point, to be honest. We don't know if he's first reserve.
Well, we don't know is the answer.
No.
Like we just don't know, because we don't know what the final list of invites is for Britons yet. And then you've got to think, once people are invited, does anyone get injured?
Yeah.
I think, if someone gets injured, I think there's a very good likely that Parr gets in. Do the Stoltmans accept their invites? There's a lot of questions to ask. So until we know like the official invites, then it's hard to say. But he's going to be someone that is going to be looked at. It's not like he got beat badly or anything like that. He went there, he was tied on points. He's a big name in the sport. He does put bums on seats, and he's still, regardless of things I say, I say Parr hasn't had a great year. He's still one of the absolute best in Ireland. There's just no denying that. So, and he's done very well at Britain's Strongest Man. So I think he will be a name that's looked at. But as it stands, we just don't know is the answer.
Nicola confirming that she will be at OSG. Awesome. We're going to have a meetup on the Thursday, because it's the closest to, people are more likely to be there, but we can't do it on competition days.
Someone joining us on the 27th?
Yes.
Going to OSG?
Yes, Chloe Brennan will be there. Very exciting. Harker in 5 years could be a top contender. Arrive late Wednesday night and leave Monday night, arriving back Tuesday morning. It's a rough trip, isn't it? These really short journeys over to the USA, as we did last week.
Last week knocked me for 6, really, because we had a real quick turnover.
Yeah.
And by the time we got used to the American time, it's time to come home.
Yeah, we were waking up at 3 a.m. in America, feeling like it was about 8-9 o'clock in the morning, weren't we? We're just having such long days. It was crazy. Leighton, thank you for the super chat. It was funny during the Rogue live stream that all the lesbians united. We've not met in person, but all recognise each other online.
It's cool that so many of you have kind of become friends from this. I love that.
It's really nice. Yeah, and especially
it's quite a nice community as well, because when you go on the Rogue live feed, it's not the nicest.
No, I was going to say, when you've got a much bigger live stream with lots of different names and faces, it's nice to have people you recogniise on there. But lots of them
I just don't go on the live stream.
Oh no, never look at the live comments.
I don't even watch it back. Like
no, it's best not to.
Mitch, he'll be competing at the Magnus Classic.
He's so naughty. Just kidding. So naughty. Don't get people excited like that and then take it away. Deary me. I would like to see your current 2023.
So would Mitch Hooper.
He was talking about,
he said, why haven't you done a top 10?
Why haven't you done it while I'm on top? I was like, oh no, we banned those types of videos.
We will do one for the end of the year. So and it's quite hard at the moment to do a top 10.
Yeah,
I think top 5 isn't so hard, but the top 10 is difficult.
It becomes very difficult. Yeah.
And does Mitch Hooper get on top of that list? That's the real question.
He's won 3 or 4 big shows.
I think it would be very, very cruel not to have him
not to put him at top. But no, it does become very difficult the further down that list you go. And
then I tell you what's really hard. Like people that have just done 1 or 2 comps, or people that, someone like Novikov is hard, because he competed a lot, had an amazing first half of the year.
Yeah.
Second half of the year hasn't been so good.
Yeah.
And there's a few people like that. Someone like Kilishkovsky's hard, because he had such a bad performance at Worlds, but then he was second at the Arnolds, and he was second at was he second at Rogue or third? Third at Rogue.
He was third at Rogue, behind Tom. It was only a week ago.
Yeah, I know.
What's happened to us?
It's been a busy week.
It has. Oh, Nicholas in the Rogue chat wasn't as bad as it has been in previous years. That's good. That's good. Just watched an old video of Europe's Strongest Man when you got the best of Thor 2016. Loz, you're a beast. That was a great comp.
Thank you, Rob. Do you know what? I've been watching some old stuff, and it makes me sad, because I'm training hard for this OSG comp, and then I just see stuff that I used to do, or stuff that I'm doing now that I'm really struggling with. Like, part of the medley that we have for the overhead at OSG is a safe lift. It's a yoke press. And I used to be really good at the yoke press. Actually, in competition, only 2 people have ever beaten me: Eddie Hall and Zydrunas Savickas. It's not a bad list of people to beat. And you know, some of the names I've beaten on that event was really good. Now I struggle. Like 150 is hard, and I've got videos of me doing 150 for 12 reps easy. But I'm not who I used to be, and I have to kind of remember that. And it's tough, but we got to keep pushing.
Got to keep leave your ego at the door.
Look, I would tell anyone else, like, it's easy to give other people advice, but when it comes to yourself, you just become a moron.
If you need my coaching, I'm very good. Paris, thank you for the super chat. Done my first grip competition last weekend at Paddy Haynes's farm, and this caused a large order with Gods of Grip. Looking forward to your grip ebook.
Oh,
you
cool.
need to get on the case.
Yes, that is coming soon.
I'm sure that will be.
And I actually want to do a couple of grip comps maybe next year, and Paddy's farm would be a great place to go.
What's Vinny saying here? Have you had any issues with super chats? I dropped one. Shows paid. I don't see it. Just want to make sure you get it. Oh no, we haven't seen one from you, Vinny. Appreciate your coach. Can't say enough about how amazing your program has been.
Thank you very much, buddy. Where?
There you go. Did you definitely type in the box? Because it's amateur classic physique. He did
amateur classic physique. There
you go. There you go.
Just go back up just a second to see if we can see it.
I haven't gone past her.
No, you haven't.
Like, I 100% haven't gone past her.
Yeah.
I'm very good. Someone's saying it's a beauty contest. What on earth is that?
What?
That comment there.
Oh, God.
Oh no, they pushed us back to 4:30 p.m. Must be in his underwear again. We didn't change the time of the stream. Sometimes the initial time is wrong, and I think it's because we changed the clocks here. We changed them last week, didn't we?
We do sometimes do 9:30 instead of 9.
Oh yeah, maybe that was
so
it.
That
then.
Could have been why I didn't go arm wrestling. I haven't been going arm wrestling for a few weeks now, and I won't until after OSG. So I get back a bit earlier. Well, I don't get back late. I don't go anywhere. People saying, well done on your weight loss, Lizzie.
Thank you, everyone. I'm married to a world-famous athlete. I can't ask someone how to do leg curls. Thank you. You understand. I can't ask. It looks stupid. It looks even more stupid. It does. I should know how to adjust the machine.
Didn't have a clue how you used to do most things in your old job. I still don't know how you do a lot of stuff in your current job.
Yeah, but I wasn't famous for my work. And no one was asking you to audit. It's very different.
Oh dear.
Left the chat in the end, just immature comments. Oh, that was with Rogue. It's a shame. Ended up just closing the chat. Like, I feel like a great chat can really enhance an experience in a competition, but it can ruin it as well.
Can Rango defend his title?
Yes, he can. Of course he can. Rango was great.
He's been training hard. I know that. He's really focused for it.
Yeah, he's really switched on for it. He sent a video the other night, didn't he? Well, it was morning for him, nighttime for us. And he's out in the desert. He's like, what am I doing here? I want to be in them. I want to be in Iceland already. So excited to watch him compete again. What do you think of the new addition to New Zealand's Matt Ragg to Giants Live and World's Strongest Man?
We got to spend some time with Matt before Glasgow, and I think he's a great addition.
Yeah,
he's just such a calm, quiet, mild-mannered person. Really nice to spend some time with him. But he's an absolute beast when it comes to competing, and great to watch. He is very, very good, and looking forward to seeing more of him next year.
Yeah. It's really happy to see him do so well. He had a little tear in his eye on the podium as well, so I'm wiping away. How good was Chloe Brennan strolling around with those big dinnies? Chloe has been somewhere doing something. I saw something on her Instagram. I don't have time to look into it properly. I think her and Matt have been away competing in some Highland Games competition.
Good stuff.
So I will look into that more. I'm sure there will be a YouTube video coming, if not already.
There probably is. If you go check out her YouTube channel, she puts up quite a bit of stuff on there now. So make sure you guys check her out.
Someone's saying, just watch last year's Magnus Classic. Such a great competition. Looking forward to this year's on Friday. Everything's coming around so quickly now. Very exciting. Josh, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Liz, Loz. How do you feel the Big Show would have done if he pursued a career as a strongman when he was at his biggest and strongest? You're better equipped to answer that than me.
Well, he's got the frame to be really good. You know, you just don't know with people from different sports, but he particularly back then, he was a great athlete, and you know, probably would be very, very good at a lot of the awkward type strongman events. It's always fun kind of looking at people from different sports and thinking, how would they have done in strongman? But yeah, absolutely. With the right training and mentality, could have been an absolute beast. Just genetics. You look at someone and you just think that dude's big, strong, and then you compare him to like big, strong guys like, you know, Thor or Tom. He's just got all the advantages to do exceptionally well.
Fernando, thank you for the super chat. Greetings from the land of the T-Rex, Tennessee. Thoughts on Mitch Hooper's Who Was Stronger series, and who do you want to see on there next? We were talking about this the other night, weren't we?
I love Mitch, and you know, these videos are great if someone else does them. I don't think they're so good when you do them yourself.
But I admire his balls.
Yeah,
have done since the day we met him.
But like I watched a few of them, and it made me think who would be the hardest person for me to beat, and it would have actually been Mitch. And the reason being, my strengths and Mitch's strengths are the same. When you compare, like, you know, if I compare myself to Tom Stoltman, for instance, at my best, I had a lot of events that I was better than Tom, and he has a lot of events he's better than me at. So it would come down to the selection of events in a competition. And that's not me saying I'm better than Tom, by the way. It's just a fact. There was events like that I was just better at.
Yeah, yoke farmers, grippy stuff. My
really strong events, though, happen to be the same as Mitch's really strong events, and he's better at my weaker events as well.
Yeah,
or his weaker events are better than my weaker events. So he would have been the hardest person for me to beat. But yeah, I mean, I think those type of videos are always fun. I would hate to do one myself comparing myself against other people. But Mitch doesn't mind doing it. So it's always, you know, and I think if you take it in the way it's supposed to go across, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Who would you like to see on there next? I don't know who he's not done. Has he done Mariusz Pudzianowski?
The problem is you start going back to that kind of generation. The sport almost changes.
Yeah, it does.
You know, so it's, and athletes adapt to different, like you can't compare Mitch to Jeff Capes, for instance. And Jeff Capes would have trained completely different for the comps these days. So they're fun kind of debates, but yeah, it's an interesting one.
I'm watching cousin Fred go after people on the road live stream. Oh, Fred, I wouldn't waste your
wouldn't waste your time, buddy.
Honest.
Yeah,
they like a rise.
There's plenty of good, you know, nice strongman fans that you can talk to. I wouldn't even waste your time on the ones like that.
As long as Matt Ragg is in the top 10. And we'll have to see.
Interesting.
We'll have to see.
It'd be interesting with Matt Ragg, because has he done enough to justify being in the top 10? I think if he has a good year next year, without question, he is top 10. But then, like, you know, Brian Shaw is still top 10 based on what he's done this year.
Yeah, because it wouldn't just be the top 10 at Worlds, would it?
No, you can't just go off World's
factors,
Strongest Man.
Yeah.
But then where do you put someone like Brian? That's a tough question. Where do you put Novikov right now?
Someone like Luke Stoltman's hard.
Yeah, Luke's hard. I think the easy ones are people like Mitch, Tom, Trey, Evan. They're probably the easiest four to do.
Yeah.
And then it gets a bit harder, because then there's lots of factors, injuries, how much people have competed, lots of different factors.
Toby saying that yoke press looks like good fun.
It's not.
It looks more fun than it is.
Do you know what? First time ever, it sent me flying this week.
Yeah.
Threw me into the wall. It's one of those events. If you get the balance and timing wrong on it, it's horrible. If you get it right, like I did a few sets this weekend, and I trained with a very, very strong presser in Jack Osborne, who is a 210 kilo overhead presser, absolute beast. So he was like being a pacemaker for me. Now he has ridiculous power. He can just muscle these things up. And he was very quick going through the objects. And then my other training partner, Alex Lungu, who's also very good overhead. He's a 400-pound plus overhead lifter, but a bit more technical, a lot more explosive power, a bit similar to myself. And him and me need to get everything right, whereas Jack can just
Yeah.
monster these weights up. So I tried to keep up with Jack, and it was the wrong thing to do. Whereas the second run, I was like more focused on my pace and timing, and I actually was so much better. So sometimes it's just, and I'm kind of remembering that in my head for when it's competition time, not to worry about what other people do, because I know people will try and go too fast and mess up. So
And you don't want to be those people.
yeah, and it's kind of, you know, tactics like that can really help in a competition.
Rick, thank you so much for gifting memberships.
Thank you,
Welcome
Rick.
to anyone lucky enough to receive one. John, as a newer fan to Strongman, how strong was Mark Henry really, and how does he stack up against today's
Mark
competition?
Henry was one of the strongest men that's ever lived. There is no question about that. An absolute freak of nature, an Olympic weightlifter, amazing powerlifter, obviously got into the world of WWE wrestling, the first ever winner of the Arnold Strongman Classic. If he focused solely on Strongman, we'd probably talk about him as one of the greats, or certainly someone I think that would have pushed world records on certain events. He was genuinely a ridiculously strong man. Nice guy as well when you meet him.
I was trying to refrain from saying that because I always go, oh, they were so nice as well.
But he genuinely was, you know, you kind of meet a lot
nice.
of, you know, Mark's pretty famous because of the WWE and stuff, and he's just a laid back, cool guy.
Yeah, he is. What have we got? Derek with a member's comment. Hi, Liz. And hi, Loz and Liz. Who's favourite to win Magnus for Magnus?
I think it's between three guys. I think
Pablo, Shane, and Rango.
Yes, that would be my top three. I think.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, not to say there's others that couldn't win. It's just who I would kind of probably pick as my favourites.
Yeah, but who knows? This could be surprises.
But I'll say this with Magnus's comp. One mistake, very easy to make with a lot of these events, dealing with the elements as well. It can throw things completely out the bag. So it's a comp that predictions are going to be hard. Athletes are going to have to cope with many situations.
Leighton, watching this drinking out of my tea time with Liz and Loz mug. It's a perfect way to end the day.
Good man, Leighton.
We love our mugs.
We drink too much coffee. Look at this mug. I love this mug. It's your mug, but I steal it.
It is mine.
British people will totally.
I think
respect this one.
I think guys in America know Only Fools and Horses. You must do. You must. If not, you
make sure. Well, it's old.
It's old. It probably hasn't aged as well.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic. Rogue Invitational in Texas next year. I had to cancel this year. We believe so, Austin.
It's been there for the last few years. As long I said this in the video that we did. Rogue are an amazing company to have in Strongman, and we need to kind of, you know, keep them in the sport. And some of the negative comments have been very frustrating. Not that Rogue don't want feedback or shouldn't have feedback; they definitely should, and we want things to be better than they were this year. But the 2 years before it were amazing, and they're a company that have potential to really push the sport to new levels. So I hope it's back, and I think the venue is good. You can't do much about the weather, but we've had years. The first year I went, it was just glorious sunshine. Last year they did have a tiny bit of rain.
Tiny bit of rain on the first day.
It was a problem.
It's a problem when the schedule is so jam-packed and like something has to come out. And unfortunately, it was the Strongman show that was affected quite strongly. But fingers crossed moving forward.
Yeah.
Monica, Liz, I feel your pain. I'm feeling ridiculous for asking things as well. Thank you, Monica. Like, I just don't want to encourage conversation at the gym. I don't want to talk to anyone. And, you know,
yeah.
I look
you put your headphones in and you don't.
I walk in with my headphones in.
Rick, thank you very much for posting that. Yes, if you guys want any Loz and Liz merchandise, head over to our website.
Yes, there is Team Loz tops there as well now.
There we go, Liz. You're famous for your work now.
Oh, I expect a video edited by Loz by the end of the week. Oh my goodness.
You can have one, but it will be rubbish.
It will be bad. It might be like so bad that it's good though.
Although, well, no, I was going to say, I think our most viewed video is just a video on a phone.
It is, but you didn't even film that.
No,
did you?
I didn't.
No, you were just in it. You were about to take credit, weren't you?
I was, and then I thought, no, I can't.
I know. Matt Ragg, silent but deadly. What is he, a fart? Oh, bless him.
I was talking to Brian Shaw about some of the grip stuff, and he actually invited me over to do the blob challenge, which would be fun.
He did. We had a good chat with Brian on day 3, the rogue record breakers day, didn't we?
Benjamin 23, thank you very much for the super chat. I was slightly devastated when Brian retired, my favorite strongman. I'm happy I found Mitch Hooper, who also has the same nice guy persona as Brian, and he's also a fellow Canuck, aka Canadian.
I've never heard Canuck before.
Canuck's a place in the Midlands in the UK.
Is it? Oh yeah, but spelled differently, isn't it?
Yeah. But thank you very much, Benjamin. Yes, both awesome guys. It's quite funny when you see people comment about people that they haven't met or don't know, but I saw some comments from other YouTubers saying basically that Mitch isn't a nice guy and they've never met him.
Yeah.
And if you've never met someone, you can't really have an opinion.
No.
Just based off what you see on a screen.
Yeah, if you don't have a personal relationship with someone, if someone's quite obviously being a complete beep, then you could probably decide that maybe they're a bit of a dick.
And it's tough when you're in the public eye, because you might just have that one bad day, or someone's caught you where you're just kind of tired, and
everything you say and do gets scrutinized, doesn't it? Yeah.
But I can assure you, both Brian and Mitch, when you speak to them in person, both very, very nice guys and very friendly with fans, and just good people.
Yeah. Oh, here's Vinny. Here you are,
there
Vinny.
We go.
Thank you so much for the super chat. If you get to I've never been this consistent with training with the crazy schedule I keep, but your program makes me excited no matter how tired I am. And I mean, who wants to let down, Loz? Thanks again. Can't say enough.
Thank you, buddy. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. That's a couple of things that I'm kind of pushing my coaching now, because why not? I don't push my coaching that often. A couple of things that are important to me as a coach when anyone approaches me. And, I say this to all my clients. You enjoying your training and you being in a good mental space is more important to me than you winning. That doesn't mean we don't try and win. I've coached over 300 podiums, probably more. I think, but I don't keep track of it anymore. No. But you as the person is more important. And I want you to enjoy training so that you keep training, because if you keep training, there's a good chance you're going to get much, much better. And too many people kind of put this pressure on themselves that they get into the sport and they're like, I've got to be the best. Just focus on you getting better. If you're enjoying it, that is a nice place to be in. And for myself, when I'm enjoying training, I'm in a much better mood. I'm happier in life, and it's all good. So really glad that you're enjoying it. And if you're the kind of person that thinks that kind of coach is right for you, then contact me. If I'm not that, if you're not that kind of person and you're just willing to do whatever the hell it takes to just be number one, I'm probably not the right person for you, despite the fact that I coached 3 world champions this year and multiple winners of national comps and podiums and stuff like that. I'm not someone that's going to kill you to be the best. I want you to be in this for the long haul. I want you to enjoy it, and I want you to be happy doing it.
Paris, really liking your idea of putting the bull on the roller coaster and a bit of steam coming out of the nose at the top.
Yes, we want some drama. We want some razzmatazz.
Right sort of drama. Yeah, a bit of razzmatazz, smoke and fireworks.
You have some good ideas at times. I just can't implement them.
James and Christian, thanks for joining us. Where are we? Oh, Liz, admirer of Mitch's balls. It was one of the first things I ever said to him was about his balls. Do you remember?
Yeah.
How embarrassing. What was I thinking?
About his balls, apparently.
We were piecing together the perfect strongman. This was at Worlds.
And you put his balls in.
We were like Eddie Hall's back. I don't know. Just all these body parts of strongmen, Mitch Hooper's balls. Oh dear. Disgusting. He's like a little brother now, an annoying little brother, isn't he?
He is our annoying little brother, yes.
Mitch will go down as a legend. The man is just a different animal and truly incredible to watch. Him and Tom are the next Brian and Zay. Yeah, this is like the rivalry no one saw coming. I think everyone was waiting on Martins and Mateusz, but it never really panned out because of injuries. Then Alexei really comes in hard and like, all right, he'll be
Seems
involved,
to be right now that Tom and Mitch, both in current form,
yeah,
they're my number 1 and 2 in the world when they're both on form.
Yeah, 100%.
They can have off days. They can have like, you know, a bad comp. But I think let's use Mitch's 9 out of 10 times, or is it 100 out of, you know, times? I think those two are going to be top 2 in a lot of competitions going forward. Top 3 in a lot of competitions going forward.
And what's exciting is we've seen, I think, had they competed 7 times now, 4 times Mitch has beaten Tom, but 3 times Tom has beaten Mitch.
Yeah,
they could both beat each other. And
it's going to come down to events, a little bit of luck at times, who's in shape. They're going to keep beating each other, and I think it's going to be a great rivalry.
Yeah. Then we've got 10TMO. Thank you for the super chat. Loz, what's your current max log, bench, squat, deadlift?
Well, I haven't done any log or squat. Well, to be honest, I haven't really maxed out on many of those just because I don't need to. I'd say my deadlift is somewhere around 370 to 380. Squat, I squatted 280 for 3 this week, which is the most I've done since trying to come back. So way down in terms of squats. Both my knees have issues, which is affecting my squat, but it's slowly getting a bit better. I'm not benching at all right now. I would guess I could bench about 200 kilos. And log, like I said, I haven't been doing log. I've been focusing more on kind of either a barbell push press or the yoke press, dumbbell, because they're all part of the medley that I've got to do. But I would guess I'm around the 160 to 170 mark on my overhead. Again, I haven't maxed out. It's been more triples in training, or then kind of putting together the medley implements. So yeah, I did 150 for 3 on push pressing a few weeks back, but that's the most I've gone to. So I'm not like pushing the 1 rep max stuff. I'm just focusing what I need to focus on. I would like to deadlift around 380 before OSG, but whether I do or not will depend on a few factors. My strength is nowhere near what it used to be. It's hard to admit. It's hard to look back and see how much stronger I used to be, but you know, I'm 45 kilos lighter, or 40 kilos lighter. I'm carrying kind of injuries that hold me back a bit, and you know, I'm just not willing to do things to push my body to the extremes anymore. But I'm still enjoying training, and I'm still relatively competitive in the class that I'm competing in.
Thank you for the super chat, Alejandro. What WWE guys would make good strongman? Big Show, Undertaker, and Kane would be awesome. John Cena,
I think John Cena would be very good. Particularly, maybe as like an amazing under 105. Undertaker and Kane, hard to tell. Big Show definitely could be good. There's lots of other athletes in the WWE that would have made great strongmen. I mean, Braun Strowman, he was a great strongman before he got into the WWE. He competed at the Arnold Amateurs, and I think he won. So he would be an amazing strongman as well. I met him for the first time 2011 at World's Strongest Man. And, you know, I remember talking to him, really nice guy, actually. And he was looking at getting into strongman, and then he just happened to get invited to try out for wrestling. And his life took a different turn. But there's lots of great athletes in lots of sports, probably American football, you know, in wrestling, MMA, you know, all these. There's amazing athletes, and then they're just good at whatever they do. I put Mitch Hooper in that bracket. You know, you put him into anything that he wants to do, he'll be good at it. And there's some guys that are just like that. I mean, you look at most top athletes; they've excelled in other sports. I was really good in different sports. Most top strongmen are. Most top wrestlers are. Most top basketball players. They're good at. They're just naturally athletic.
Loz, how many of your athletes are competing at OSG this year?
I believe we have 14.
14,
wow. Including myself. So 14, including myself.
I've only got 1, which leads us on to this question. Liz, who do you want to win at OSG? The main man in your life or Lars? That's rude. Obviously, I want.
Who do you want to win, and who do you think will win?
I want you to win, of course.
Okay.
I want you to win. I don't know. I haven't.
Do you think Rango is the favourite?
On paper, yeah.
Who would you say? Who else are the favourites?
I'd say you. I'd say you're second favourite.
I don't think I'm second favourite. I think Jerry Pritchett is second favourite.
Well, I don't know with Jerry. I haven't seen him compete since.
Jerry's looking pretty strong.
The last time I saw Jerry compete was at OSG. Was he on the podium?
No, but he pulled out injured.
Right. The last time I saw him compete before that was 2021 Rogue Invitational. He was injured. The last time I saw him compete before that was 2020 World's Strongest Man. He came fourth and he was amazing.
Yeah.
So which
You
Jerry
just don't-
turns up, I just don't know.
If good Jerry turns up,
If good Jerry turns up, he's going to be hard to beat. Yeah, he could win. But if broken Jerry turns up, but if broken
Do you know what?
turns up,
Do you know, and that's
these guys are vulnerable.
in the Masters. This is a big factor. Just finishing will be a factor.
Yeah.
I mean that like 100%.
Survival
If
of
you
the fittest.
finish, you'll probably do well.
It's the last man standing competition.
Honestly, it is. Because,
Yeah.
we're older, we don't cope so well.
Like Rango is the only one still competing at
Rango is
level.
top, athlete in the world that is competing.
Yeah,
He's still
in the Masters
he
lineup,
is still
yeah.
competitive in world-class competitions.
Yeah, we saw what
His static strength is way higher all round than probably anyone else in the competition.
Yeah.
Obviously, his deadlift strength is ridiculous. His pressing is still solid. His squatting power is very good. Browno just has one weakness in the competition,
which is in the competition, is his grip.
and if his grip holds out, then Rauno, I think, wins comfortably.
Yeah.
I think if he drops a lot of points on that, then it gives the rest of us, and I probably, when I say the rest of us, there's probably about 5 or 6 guys I think that could be challenging for the podium.
Yeah.
There's some really good guys that you wouldn't have heard of. I've been watching some of the other athletes. And that's the great thing with the Masters. You get these guys that used to be really good. You've got a couple of guys that are still really good. And then you've got a lot of up-and-coming guys that got into the sport late.
Yeah.
So they're not as beaten up and they're newer. There's a lot of guys that were good under 105s that are now over 40 and deciding they're going to push their body weights up. And there's some really strong athletes throughout. So nothing is guaranteed, and it just takes one little mistake. And there's some weird events in OSG this year. My goal, honestly, obviously I'm going to try and win, but if I got on the podium, I'd be really happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, if he just doesn't get injured, I'd be
Yeah, well, we're going to Disney afterwards,
because we're going
so
to Disney for like
really
9,
be
10
nice
days
to
after.
just be able to walk around Disney.
Yeah, not to have to push him around in a bariatric wheelchair.
Yeah. I
It
know.
wouldn't be our first time, would it? Oh.
But like, people kind of, I will try and win.
Of course.
I'm going to go there. I always try and win. People don't understand that mentality because I'm quite happy to big up other athletes. But of course, I'm going to try my best.
Yeah,
And every single event, I'll be working hard to do as well as I can.
Yeah. Where are we? Brits have 2.7 cups of tea before breakfast. We don't drink an awful lot of tea in our house.
Just click on that one.
I don't know the answer to that, so.
Peter, Big Loz, what's your opinion on IPF banning any athlete or coach affiliating with another competition? Bad for British Paralympics. I think it's terrible. You just take the fun out of lifting. It's become so boring and strict to the rules. It's just ridiculous. For me, lifting should be fun. And as much as the judging is probably a bit better, they're very strict on things. I think if it's not fun, it just who's going to go and watch? It just becomes less and less interesting to me. So yeah, I don't think it's a good thing. Brits have 2.7 cups of tea before breakfast. You used to have like loads of tea, didn't you?
I used to drink a lot of tea, but I drink green tea and red bush.
Indoor events seem better in every way, but for spectators most of all. But Strongman started off outdoors, and it's good to have these different type of challenges. I think, because we've been spoilt now with the indoor arena shows, and they're lovely, they're great, they're comfortable. It's nice to watch.
In the right weather, it's lovely to be outside as well, isn't it? A bit of fresh air for us all.
I have competed in the most torrential rain ever. It was miserable. You wouldn't want to be a fan. Literally, I remember Terry Hollins and myself in this competition.
Excuse me.
We'd run out, do the event, run back, and our shelter was the back of a Citroen van.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible.
I remember
I certainly don't miss those days, that's for sure.
And you remember Iceman, which is the closest,
That wasn't as bad as this rain one. That was just freezing cold.
That was bad for me watching. Oh, at least with the rain, you can just pop up an umbrella.
Yeah. Do you want to go back to your job?
Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Samurai Guy. Do you think Rango will be invited to some Giants live shows and/or World's Strongest Man next year?
I hope so.
Really hope so. He has sorted his visa, so he could go over to America now. I really hope, in the very least, he gets another shot at Giants live, because he was so unlucky. He was so excited for the trip. He was bringing his whole family over. And he got there a few days early, and literally on the journey over, he started to feel really unwell. Didn't get any better. He was unwell for weeks afterwards as well. It took him a really long time to get back to training, and it's just typical, isn't it? When it's something you've, worked so hard to get to. It's the worst thing when you've
worked really hard and then suddenly illness takes place.
He was genuinely devastated out back. He was just so sad, and he's such a great guy and a great entertainer, but a great athlete as well. He won the Magnus Magnuson last year ahead of Maxime, who was the previous year's winner. So fingers crossed for Rango. Can you even grab the blobs with your baby thumbs, Loz? Can you grab the blobs with your baby thumbs?
I haven't done a blob for ages, but I'm not too bad at them. I'm probably better than 99.9% of people out there.
Canuck is how you pronounce it. Canuck. There you go. Liz, don't blame me one bit. That's why I train on my own. There we go. See, I'm glad some people are with me about not liking to ask for help at the gym.
Do you know what? You couldn't. I've seen worse than you on the leg curl machine before. Well, we have a single leg curl.
Yeah.
So you kind of, and there's a handle on the machine.
Yeah.
And you kind of lean forward and you hold your hand on the handle. You put your one leg in.
Okay.
And then you curl up.
Curl your leg, yeah.
But I saw a guy grab it with both hands and try and curl both legs at the same time.
Oh,
I had to politely go and help him.
See, mine, it wasn't anything that bad. I managed to, because everything, like you walk into the gym and clearly there's been some giant monster on it because the seat's like that. So I managed to bring that forward, bring that up, bring that back.
To be fair, that particular machine does have a lot of levers that change the angle of things.
20 levers.
Well, there's three.
The only one I couldn't figure out was how to bring the top bit down. So I was trying to do it.
That one doesn't have a lever. It just has a pulley that you pull out and then push it down.
I obviously wasn't strong enough because I tried that and then didn't do anything. And in the end,
Pro Strength is a tough gym. You've got to be strong to train in there.
F this effing machine. I'm not doing leg curls.
Oh dear. You still did very well for going.
Thank you. I met Mitch at the RAW Classic. He was so lovely. I think he was wondering why a middle-aged British woman was chatting to him and giving for a photo. He's probably wondering what the hell you were doing there, but it's great. Nicola goes and travels and supports loads of the competitions.
Yeah.
Callum has been asking, would you put more training programs on your site?
Yes, we have more planned. There will be more coming. Hopefully before Christmas is the goal to get them up.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Paris, Mo idea, but the full talking strongman with Shaw. The full talking strongman with Shaw.
I don't understand.
No, elaborate, Paris, because he's done a full talking strongman, but he's also been on since then for RAW Classic chat, hasn't he? Tell us what you mean. Have you seen other strongmen as gifted as Mateusz with one such glaring weakness? Asked Dre Jr.
There's a guy called Vasil Verastiuk who won World's Strongest Man in 2004, who was very similar. Exceptional athlete in so many areas, but had a very bad deadlift. There's been others as well, but I'd probably say Mateusz is the most gifted in terms of his ability on other events.
Yeah.
And I guess we're in such a strong field of athletes where back when, say, Magnus Samuelsson or Vasil Verastiuk obviously had that weak deadlift, there was less good deadlifters.
Yeah.
Whereas now, if you're not deadlifting 400 plus
on the regular,
420 plus, you're going to come last. Whereas back then, 360 to 380, you're going to score big points.
It's quite different.
Yeah, now like everyone's 400 plus kilo deadlifter, so it's become more detrimental to have that weakness.
Cousin Fred, thank you for the super chat. Loz, how many backlift shirts do you have, or does Liz constantly wash it? I'm talking to a place to make me bring back the duck walk shirt. Oh, Fred, why would you do that? He's trying to get a bring back the duck walk shirt made. I think you only have one backlift top, and I just wash it a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, do a lot of clothes washing in this house. Thanks for your commentary at the Rogue. It got me hyped for my Static Monsters comp, says Tattoo.
Thank you very much.
How late am I to the party, Jake? Oh, you're quite late. We're an hour in almost. Loz, how much do you charge per session?
So I don't charge per session. I don't do one-on-ones as such. I do allow my clients to come and train with me when I'm training, obviously pre-organized, but I charge £160 a month for online coaching.
If someone just wants to train grip, how often should they train it a week?
Depends on if you're just focusing on grip, you can train a lot more, because obviously you can kind of really break things down into sessions, so you don't have to kind of do as much in one session. You can train 3 to 4 times a week on grip. I mean, you can train more, but it has to be lighter, more recovery based sessions. Everyone's different. Some people will recover from 4 sessions a week and be fine. Some people only recover from 1 hard session a week. Grip's a weird thing. It can be very easy to overtrain grip. So you need to make sure you get the balance right of volume and just make sure that you feel you're recovering. I find for me, I'm good when I train grip really, really hard for 3 to 4 weeks. And then I rest for about a week or 2 from grip completely. And then my grip feels rock solid. I don't train grip like year round. I don't feel I need to, but my grip responds very, very quickly to training. And I find actually going heavier for kind of singles is more beneficial for me on grip, because grip is more tendon-based strength than muscular strength. So I tend to do a lot of maximum effort type work on grip, whereas on deadlifting and squatting, I don't. The loads that you use on grip aren't going to take so much out of your whole body. So yeah, it varies for people. Some people find they're better off doing like timed holds, which are good for strongman, especially where you're going to do like farmer's walk and stuff. But if you're looking at 1 rep type stuff, double overhand deadlifts, axle bars, pinch grip, lifting like blobs, you're better off just doing maximum effort type work.
Oh, I could fall asleep with you talking about grip.
You hate grip.
Oh,
some people like it. So
yeah, no, that's
I like
fine.
Grip and arm wrestling I love, but I can see why people don't like them as well.
I can feel myself glazing over. Like, oh. I'm
really looking. Next weekend is a real big arm wrestling event, and I'm going to watch it and pay for the pay-per-view. And Liz will probably go out.
Back to the gym. Jake, thank you for the super chat. Loz coaches
Jakey,
the best
how you
media
doing, buddy?
guy at OSG.
Jake's coming to OSG.
I'm the best media guy at OSG.
Sorry, Jake. You're number 2.
Loz will have the most fans at OSG, says Nicola.
Thank you very much.
Here we go.
I have the best fans because you guys are just friends. It's great.
Yeah. Yes, there will be a live stream. The whole thing will be streamed on Official Strongman. And it's back to 3 days of competition this year, because last year, because of the hurricane, we had to squeeze it into 2. We've had some really bad luck. I mean, this was an indoor competition, but literally that part of Daytona Beach was evacuated, wasn't it, last year?
It was.
So back to 3 days, 2 events a day, but a lot of athletes in the first 2 days, isn't there?
Yeah. Matty, thank you for the message. What would you say is your biggest achievement, your strongman career or your coaching career?
Ooh.
What do you reckon?
I mean, you've had a blinder of a coaching career. You've coached someone to the world's strongest man title and the Arnolds.
That's
like it
cool.
does, and the Rogue Invitational. It doesn't get much better than that. But like, I feel like it's harder to be the athlete and
I think to
win Europe.
Yeah, I'd probably say my strongman career right now, but the goal will be to make the coaching career better. I'm very lucky. I work with some great athletes. Work with a few unbelievable world-class athletes. I work with complete beginners, and I've got some athletes that I think will be world-class in a year or 2, or maybe a couple of them. I've got some good youngsters coming through that I think give them 5 years could be incredible. So hopefully I will say my coaching career. But yeah, I've done well in both, I think, and I enjoy just being part of the sport. I love what I do, and I'm very lucky.
Zydrulis is not this year because he's having, what do they call it?
Stem cell treatment.
Stem cell treatment.
What's that supposed to be? He's having.
I always do little actions and sound effects.
He's having stem cell treatment for anyone that was wondering what the hell Liz was doing just
There
then.
you go. Where are we? Cousin Fred, thank you
I'd
so
like
much
stem
for
cell
gifting.
treatment. I just can't afford it.
I'll buy you something.
You can't afford it. You
You'll
spend
be-
all the money before we'd have any chance.
So rude.
Poor me.
Poor Loz. Bless you, Liz. I don't know what that was in reference to, but thank you. Oh, I sneezed. Yeah, there we go. I had what was that CrossFit that blessed me? I was sneezing a lot. I had a terrible cold, didn't I? And Loz was like, "Oh, that's a world famous CrossFit that just blessed you." John, thank you for the super chat. Why is Eddie so sensitive about his height? I met him recently and he said multiple times he's 6'3". Yeah, I'm taller than him and I'm 6'2". Is Eddie sensitive about his height?
I don't know, but I look Eddie directly in the eye.
And you're 6'2".
Yeah.
Okay. There you go then.
I also
The
look
plot
Mark
thickens.
Felix directly in the eye, who's apparently 6'4".
But I asked Mark about this, and it's on a members extra video, like way back if you look. And he said he used to be 6'4".
Maybe.
And he's been since compressed, and now he's about 6'1", 6'2".
Maybe same things happen to like me and Eddie and all the strongmen. We're just shorter than we used to be. Although I've been measured a few times, and I'm genuinely 6'2". I never lied about my height or anything.
No, never embellished. And sometimes it's not the athlete's fault; like they're just listed wrong. I think once was it Hicksy took the piss and he was 6 foot something.
Yeah.
Hicksy's about 5'10", and whoever at Giants Live saw it just took it at face value and printed it or put it on a promotional graphic. It was so funny.
Did you see in the latest one they had Tyler Cotton as diminutive?
Oh, they did in the program.
Yeah.
Oh, bless Tyler. It's so funny. Oh. Magnus Samuelson also had a bad deadlift, which you mentioned.
Yeah. Vasil was intense. He was a beast. I used to love watching him.
Yeah. I was hoping Loz would say he does his own washing.
I do my own cooking most of the time.
Yeah, not his own washing though.
No, I'm very lucky. Liz does my washing.
Yeah. I've got like an extra large washing machine drum to fit them all in.
She doesn't put me in the washing machine, by the way.
No. Loz, can you tell a story? Liz, I definitely feel your pain talking in the gym. I started working with Mitch's clinics, and now I'm on a Zoom call during my workouts. I swear I look like a schizophrenic talking to myself. I sing to myself, so there we go. Oh, you said the video for 2+ hours, and Liz, of your wonderful editing, trimmed it to 45 minutes. Oh no, I think Paris, what happened there? So you got the full talking strongman, but then you two chatted for 2 hours afterwards, didn't you? Yeah, because those two can really talk. But that was a long time ago. I don't have that footage anymore, and I doubt I should put it up anyway because you both didn't realize you were being recorded still. A group training with Auntie Liz for the members extra sounds like a great plan. Me snoring in the gym while Liz trying to get me to squeeze something. Who's doing the commentary for OSG?
I think they've got a few different people. What's going on with my computer there?
I don't know. The Siri button.
No, don't press it.
Oh. I don't know if this is interrupting the feed. There we go. I think, is Nicola coming over?
Hopefully. I think Nicola might be there.
Scottish Nicola.
I'm sure Colin Bryce will jump on.
Yeah.
Radzie's been there before.
There's going to be quite a lot of people. Like Mitch Hooper's coming to OSG.
Yeah, Mitch is
coming.
Eddie Williams is going.
Yeah.
I think Gabe Pena will probably be there on the commentary.
I think they'll just do like because it's such a long event.
I think they've realised you can't just have the same two people for
it's too long
10 hours or whatever it was.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's good to have different people jump in as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just to freshen up, a different approach, different kind of ideas and
a
different sound, I guess, as well. It's nice sometimes.
Yeah. I think coaching Jack's a good shout. Getting him from low level to a Giants live show is just amazing. Getting him from childhood, really.
Jack has been training with me his whole career. And Jack is, if I got Jack to World's Strongest Man, which is the goal, that will be one of my most proud moments. Because to take someone from complete beginner to that level, I think shows a high level of ability as a coach. Obviously, it's great working with amazing athletes like Bobby and Mitch, but they were good when they came to me. So to take someone from beginner to that level, that's the ultimate, I think. And, you know, I believe we'll get Jack to World's Strongest Man in the next few years.
Matty, I travelled up to Glasgow and I'm so glad I did. Unreal comp. How did it feel having Iron Bibby running into you?
Like a tank hitting me. The man is a beast. I love Iron Bibby. But yeah, I was like, damn, I just got hit by a
He
truck.
really took you out completely, didn't he?
I think if it was anyone other than me, like if it was Neil, he was going to go over.
Neil would have gone. Yeah. But people like Iron Bibby are quite good at knowing what they can and can't do at their size and strength, aren't they?
Not in the moment, no.
Well, he was a bit
I'm
excited,
just quite
wasn't
strong.
he? Yeah.
But yeah, he's a powerful man, a big man.
He is.
Don't click that. There you go. You nearly clicked the 3 buttons.
Oh, okay. No, don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Eddie's 6'2.5", but rounds up to 6'3" because 6'2.5" is too long. He's not sensitive. 6'2.5" almost sounds like you're sensitive as well. Like that half inch is really important.
Half inch, very, very important,
Yeah.
as any man will tell you. Will the Space Cowboy be there?
At OSG,
Yes.
yeah. The whole team will be there.
Sarah's gone off to bed. Good night, Sarah.
Good night. We will be following shortly. No, I'm not following you, so don't worry. But yeah, at OSG, obviously, there's going to be the live stream on Official Strongman. I'll be filming it every day as well. So I'm going to do my usual behind the scenes, obviously a bit more Loz-centric this year. And then afterwards, I'll put together a nice video of all of your events as well. Just a Loz special. Yeah.
A Loz special.
With lots of added extra. But it's such an interesting competition because it goes on for so long and there's so many people out back as well. It's hard to be everywhere because, yeah.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of competitive classes.
Yeah.
I think the men's open is great. The women's open is great. Lots of the weight classes are going to be really competitive. I think there's 2 classes I think are going to be almost... I think there's heavy favourites in. One is the over 50s with Mark Felix. I think he is a massive heavy favourite. And I think Rhiannon Lovelace in the under 64 kilo women's, she's just dominant force right now in the 64s. But I think every other class could be pretty tough.
Yeah.
I think Rango is the favourite for the Masters, but he's not unbeatable. Whereas, you know, I think Mark is going to be extremely hard for any of the 50s to get close to. Especially with no Nick Best or something like that there this year.
Iron sled ball would have gone better had Colin been there to shout, "Take the straight." Quick silly question. What do you think would be the best alternative to smelling salts, like supermarket, etc.? I think English mustard. Christ. Oh no, I
Some
don't know.
pepper up the nose. Just get a slap across
Vicks
the face.
vapor rub.
Yeah.
Yeah, slap will do, won't it?
Slap does just fine.
Yeah.
You know, it depends what you need. Some people need a slap, some people don't. Depends.
Yeah. I offered to slap you before the Rogue Record Breakers tonight. You were like, "Oh, I feel really sleepy." I said, "Do you want a slap? I'll do it." Oh, Liz, I will be recording as much as possible. If you need any content, let me know. I love doing vids of the vendors. Thank you very much, Fred. I like OSG are great. Like they give me access to absolutely anything. They're like, film as much as you want, put in as much as you want, take out as much as you want. Lynn gives me free reign over there, so he's very good. But thank you. Are you doing a Liverpool special video?
Yes, for the team comp. The team comp we'll be doing a video. We're still waiting for confirmation on a couple of things. Couple of athlete changes, I think. So we're just waiting for confirmation on that. But we will be doing a video leading up to that, and we'll be there as well. So that's going to be a fun competition. The team comp is always just it's an exhibition of strongman and strongwomen. So if you're a fan to that, make sure you get to Liverpool because it's just a fun one to be at.
Yeah, it was really cool last year. Catherine says she hopes Chloe has a better OSG this year.
I'm sure she will.
I think she will. Like she's
been looking great all year.
Yeah, and she's had a chance to grow into her new weight category. Obviously, she'd just gone up last year. The year before she was an under 64, wasn't she?
Yeah.
There you go. 182 centimeters here sounds better than 5'11" and 2/3. I hope Colin referees. There's a lot of referees.
Yeah, I think that's another thing at OSG. You need a lot of referees because it is such a long week. You don't want the same 4 referees doing everything because they will fatigue and tire. So you need to have that fresh new pair of eyes. So I think there's quite a few referees this year.
Yeah. Loz, you and Mitch should both do a Who's Better video independently, release them at the same time and see who fans agree with. Well, it's quite funny because we did our reaction video to the Rogue Invitational, and like we filmed it on Wednesday because I was so unwell. I lost my voice for a whole week, and Loz like, we really need to film this. I'm like, I can't talk. Like, you'll have to do it on your own. But you didn't want to, did you? So we filmed it on Wednesday, posted it on Wednesday, literally had it scheduled for 30 minutes after Mitch's went up. And I was like, he's put his up. Let's watch it. And I was like, he's saying the opposite of what we say. But it just goes to show.
He didn't say the opposite, though. Like,
no.
There's a different approach, I guess.
It was different perspectives. But you two were in different areas. You were production, he was athlete. And actually, when you put the two together, it's quite interesting, isn't it, to see the different perspectives. There we go. Right. Shall we get off then? Because it is a school night. Got to get the boy to bed, and you all need to go to bed as well. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, guys, thank you as always. Really appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, like the video, the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Indeed, we've got over 140,000 subscribers now, which is really cool. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, it's going to be a few more busy weeks. We've got Magnus Classic coming up next weekend. Yeah, we have. Do we have a weekend off? No, we don't even have a weekend off.
I don't know that we do, Lozzie.
Then we've got Liverpool. Yeah, then we go.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So we've got Magnus and next weekend. We're in Liverpool the weekend after, and then 8 days after that we fly out for OSG. Oh, there's no time and so much to do. Oh goodness.
It's all good. We hope you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you soon. Take care.
Smile and wave, that's it. Hold on, not until I start the button.
And East versus West.